Good afternoon, diecast friends, brothers, sisters, enthusiasts, whatever the corner of the planet you're living on. It's afternoon here in England, or as we call it today, Four Seasonsville. So far we've had that horrible wind that's causing a lot of damage. We've had torrential rain that's causing the flooding. We've had sleet and snow mixed in with that. And now the sun's blazing, although it's not warm. But yeah, it's crazy weather we're getting here. Today's edition is Diecast Dude Presents. Yeah, I'm only joking. But Diecast Dude is always at my workstation. What a great guy. You all know him. If you don't, check out his channel, Diecast Dude, for all things diecast in and around the Netherlands and Belgium area. So really, this show is all about Mr. David Johns and the gift box is sent me. So before we get going, I just wanted to show you a new little treasure I picked up myself at long last. It cost a penny or two, of course, but Ghostbusters Echo 1 from Johnny Lightning. My goodness, the detail on it is sublime. I think you've all seen it. It's nothing new to you, but it is to me. And I've wanted one for the longest time, so now I've got one. I'm really satisfied. It won't be coming out the pack. But like I said, this is an unboxing from a very good friend from the States, Mr. David Johns. And these cars here have been put up because the last box I got included these, and he actually let me pick what I wanted. He picked up a load of movie cars and he said, "You choose, Sol." And I said, "Well, I can't, David, you know, they're your things." And he said, "No, please choose at least 3. And he said, "Whatever I keep, I'm happy to do so." So I really went for the iconic stuff. Again, most of you have seen these, but it's very difficult or nigh impossible to get them in this country. Obviously, the 1968 Dodge Charger, the classic Steve McQueen Bullet movie. It's an absolute beauty. I'll do a review of these on a premium section I've got coming up sometime in the future. Chicago Police Dodge Monaco from the Blues Brothers. Who don't love the Blues Brothers? Come on, come on. And of course, Jake and Elwood's very own Bluesmobile. So these will remain blistered because they're precious. And you know, when you get gifts off people, I think it's important, maybe doubly important, that you treasure them, and I always will. So let's get to the unboxing. Let me spin you around here. I've received this not too small box off David. We've been talking, I suppose, for the better part of a year now. I think I've mentioned him in other videos whereby we both have a love of soccer. We exchange soccer merchandise. Oh, you name it. You know, we talk regularly, and he's become a very treasured friend. You know, not just somebody out there in diecast land. He's a super guy. Got his own channel, the worst YouTube channel in the world ever, I think it is. He doesn't do diecast at the moment. He's more holiday vlogs and days out and the odd food test and what have you. But I'm begging him to start showing his diecast collection off, and more importantly, I think, his custom work, because he's not long got into customization and he has learned so quick, picked up so many different techniques. He grows in confidence on a daily basis. His work is amazing. You know, I consider myself to be a restorer and a little bit of a customizer, but his skills have already surpassed mine. And check him out. David, pull your finger out, start doing some car content, will you? The world is waiting. Anyway, so I've already opened this box, and the first casting I'm pulling out here is the Heavy Hauler from the new Led Zeppelin series. Dave asked me if I wanted anything sending in particular, and I said, yes, please, can I have this casting? And beautiful it is. That looks like the front end of a Mack to me. Not that we get them in this country, but it's an iconic vehicle, and my father was a lorry, well, father still is a lorry driver. He's should have long retired, but, you know, it keeps him going. He's happy. but that looks like the front of a Mac to me without actually saying it. Beautiful 1975 Northern American tour, of which some of my friends over there will remember, I'm sure. Lovely detail on the back doors there with the hitching handles and the hinges, and it's fine. It's the casting is so heavy, but because it's metal on metal, these are the premium collection. Real rider rubber tyres there, but I just cannot get out. You know, if I did that, you can see the card flex. It is that heavy. It's an amazing piece. You got the 4 symbols on the door there from Zorso. That's the album that had Stairway to Heaven on, amongst many others. Card art's great, ripped straight from Led Zeppelin's album. But the main reason he sent me this was that my other good friend, Fireman Food 1988, said, you know, would I like the Led Zeppelin set? Because I've got Beatles here as well. You know, anything music memorabilia. But I love the Beatles, I love Zeppelin. And so I said, yes, please, Fireman. And at the time of our last contact, he could only find 3 pieces, and I think this is a 5-piece, yeah, 5 of 5. It's a 5-piece set, and he could only find 3 at the time. He said, leave it with me, I'm working on it. But David said, you know, do you want anything are you short of? And I said, yeah, I think it's number 2 and number 5. So we haven't got number 2 yet. I'm sure the fireman will probably have found it by now, because that's how resourceful he is with his great mates. So David sent me this in anticipation that I might be a couple of pieces short, in which case I'll have 4 out of 5. But no worries, it will come in as it should do. So yeah, David, mega thanks for this. This is a stupendous casting, a lovely piece of memorabilia, and oh, as weighty can be. I think that may just be the heaviest piece of Hot Wheels I've ever held. But anyway, I'm very grateful to have that. Requested of him, we tend to be 6 weeks, sometimes we're lucky a month, but usually 6 weeks to 8 weeks behind the USA in terms of cases. And me and a friend, Mick 67, we love an Escort, and we've since got this one, but I'm keeping this one carded. I mean, I absolutely adore an Escort. I've got maybe 6 now. There isn't too many more that I need other than going back in time, but it's not burning a hole in me. It's just nice. You know yourself when you got something in your head. Datsun 510, that's another one. That looks Escort-like to me, but this was sent by request, so thank you, David. That will stay on the card, being as I have a spare. Reaching into the box. And there we go. There's the second one. So I might palm this one off on Mick 67. But I think Mick's already got maybe 1 or 2 of these as well. I'm sure he'll let me know. But I'm also sure he has got 1 or 2. In which case, this will be a custom job for myself. I think possibly a Golf livery. I'm having a bit of a fetish on Golf, of which you'll see my collection soon enough. That'll be in Pack a Stack of Plano. At this time also, we didn't have this much sought after Volvo. Beautiful casting. Don't like the wheels at all. And I've already got one of these in a case, so I think I'm going to do a wheel swap on this and try and lift it above. Again, I think you've seen in some of my other videos I do a naked casting. And they tend to work out well. But yeah, eventually that came here, so, but as a good friend would do, David looked after me, and I'm grateful. For GT40, I cannot remember whether I've got this or not, because there's a new one out. It's called an Aero back, I think. Again, if I've got this one, then it will be customized. Love a Ford GT40. Again, especially with American friends. It's iconic, you know. I suppose most of us must have seen Ford versus Ferrari by now. Over here it's called Le Mans 24. And what a fantastic movie. What a fantastic guy Carroll Shelby seems to be. You know, a driven guy who was ultimately tried to be controlled, but he had his own little way of circumnavigating things. So I quite respect the guy. I like it, and I like things that have his name attached, like the Shelby Cobra, etc. You know, it's iconic. This totally came out the blue. I was not expecting this. I know Mick's got one of these and he was salivating about it, but this is a bit special, innit? You know, wow. I mean, I haven't even got a Hot Wheels normal racing track, so this ID racing, but again, you can tell it's premium. It's very weighty. The paint job is absolutely superlative on it. That is something else. But yeah, it's my first ID card. But more importantly, that's a variation, and that will be going in with my treasure hunts and the 1 or 2 super treasure hunts I've been able to pick up. But that is a thing of beauty. I know Mick's got one, and I know he'll be happy that I've got one now. So David, many thanks for that. That was totally unexpected, and I'm very proud to own that one. That will stay immaculate forever and a day. Reaching in. Oh, now then, look at that, eh? A Ford Sedan Custom 1936. Now, is that not the golden age of motoring? I mean, look at the curves on that lady. Even the card artwork, absolutely supreme. Beautiful swept back there with a lifting tailgate, small window. Look at the silver highlights on the window edging, and my golly, look at the size in comparison to the car of that chrome representation grille. That's Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson in car form. That has got all the curves in all the right places. I'm absolutely stunned. Moving parts, obviously both doors will open. To open or not to open, I think it's got to be shown off in the right environment. So yes, but that is a thing of beauty. I love that. I love that time period as well. Love that time period. Wow, this is turning out to be very nice. Porsche Carrera 96. Again, I'm not sure. I think Mick might have sent me one of these, or possibly Dude. I'm not sure, but it's a beauty, and you cannot get too much beautiful in your life. Details are absolutely stunning on it. That is a good Mattel effort there. That is, you know, sometimes they leave me cold. If I have got this one, then that suggests to me that that would look brilliant with a spokey dokey wheel swap on that. You know, some of them wire wheels, 32 spokes, 52 spokes, something really overblown. But yeah, what a beautiful casting. And I think if I have got that, we will change that one and make it look even more supreme. Okay. You've done me good here, David. Ah, yes. Again, I was talking about 32 Fords. Was it the last video, I think? Certainly in the last 2 videos. 32 Ford, never seen it in this livery. We get Matchbox over here from outlets like Tesco. But some of you have received Matchbox from me. They're the short card basics, what we call a short card basics. And that's all we get. We don't get things like this. And that case has been out since about the beginning of November, and it still hasn't changed. So as soon as we get something remotely new from Matchbox, I will raid it and send to my usual friends that can't get them. Particularly Diecast Dude, he struggles with Matchbox near his hometown. But this livery, oh, it's lovely. I mean, there's a flat brown there with a cream splash, I suppose, 166. Looks very mean, very street roddish, lovely card art. Again, Matchbox are getting things so right. I think they're outstripping Hot Wheels at the moment. I know it's the same company, but I think they have different design departments with different itineraries, and I think they're getting it so right. And I've heard people like Gary's Hot Wheels who agree with that wholly. You know, he says they're on point, and I agree with that. So, but yeah, fantastic. And while I'm doing this, I'd like to give a shout out to Gary's Hot Wheels. Lovely fella. I think he thinks I'm joking. He's the king of cool. I mean, his voice, to me, it relaxes me. I always tend to watch Gary's Hot Wheels or Gary's Diecast collection. I know he's had a bit of a name change lately, but you know him. If you don't, please check him out. But his voice, it reminds me of Isaac Hayes, Barry White. It's so soothing. He could make a telephone directory sound relaxing and interesting. So Gary, I appreciate what you do. Watch every video, but I particularly like your longer players where you're talking, and that does it for me. I'm in Diecast Nirvana and totally relaxed. Thank you. So, we had the Boneshaker special on Pack and Stack, and here we go. I think I've seen this once so far on other people's videos. Hot Wheels Boulevard collection. He knows I'm into my Boneshakers, and would you look at that? Oh my word! Oh, look at the little flames going up on the edges of the bonnet mount. You know, it's just that attention to detail. And again, this is why I don't understand where, you know, some people don't like the Boneshaker, but a hell of a lot of people do. That is beautiful. I haven't got this one in my collection. I'm well on my way to a second case of them now, so this will be cracked and tucked into there. And thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that greatly. I think you know that anyway, due to our conversations. So, oh my word, it just kind of gets better and better, this. So, over here, I was dying to have this Boneshaker. I mean, it's a thing of beauty, and most of you know it's from the Rocket League. Well, the only way we could get the Rocket League Boneshaker over here, I think they put it in a 5-pack, and I didn't particularly like any of the other castings. So again, like I've said to you before, I'm not tight with my money, I'm just careful with my money, and I won't buy a 5-pack for one car and then, you know, just get rid of the other 4 cars. They're usually fantasy castings and not my thing. But so this is one that I haven't got. It's one I wanted. They seem to have really deep dish wheels on this. Look how deep them spokes are set back. It's almost dragster like, you know, front size compared to the other premiums. Look, tread on the tires there. I hope you could, yeah, you can pick that up. I can see that with my bad eyes. Lovely chrome interior, chrome back and parachute there. That classic skull, of course. Woo. But that is a beautiful piece. Both of them Boneshakers are. So I'm absolutely thrilled with that. David, superstar. Okay, reaching in. Oh Lord. Did I say it just keeps getting better and better? It's only an M2, isn't it? We don't get these at all on our shelves. In fact, we don't get anything premium. We don't get Greenlight. We don't get M2. We don't get Auto World. We have to send for places. And of course, by the time they've been shipped over from America, the premium brand turns into an even more premium brand with the postage. But anyway, we've got a 1957 Ford Fairlane 500. This will be cracked, and I don't think that'll fit in a regular plano because it looks very long, but I have got a specially built by myself custom case for all the long castings, like 4-wheel pickups, Dodge Daytonas, of which I love. But I mean, look at the details on this. This is typical M2. I'm lucky enough to own about 5 or 6 pieces of M2, and I've never been disappointed at all. paint job, nice gloss, bit of satin blue on there which complements it, and a nice gold flash in there. Door handles, wheels, white wall tyres. Lordy, I mean the card artwork, even the card artwork looks retro, which I think's a lovely bit of marketing. God bless them too. God bless my friend David and all the other friends that make my life so much more fun. Love you all to bits, and I couldn't imagine now my life without them. So thank you very much. It's only another M2 in it, eh? Yeah, Chevy. A Bel Air, a classic shape. That's beautiful. We used to have something, I wouldn't say similar, a lot shorter and a lot squat, but it had these fins with the tail lights in, and that was the Ford Anglia. Mick 67 will know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, look at the attention to detail on that. The front grille is chromed, but it has a yellow meshing in it as well, and it almost reminds me of an old-fashioned valve radio. You know, the sort that have the material fronts on them? I've still got one, and it still plays like it was brand new, because valve technology is so warm and so rich. Digital is cold and harsh, in my opinion. It's handy for, you know, transferring files and that, but I still love valve radios, valve amps, and again, these pieces are evocative of a golden age of motoring. This was, for me, when America really became world leaders in style. Big motors, really big-ass motors. But again, we kind of looked on with envious eyes from England, because we know them as gas guzzlers, which is right, but your petrol prices were so cheap, you could afford to do that. And even though you sort of, you know, berate your petrol prices today, to put it in perspective, we pay by the litre, and more often than not, we're up around the £1.30 a litre mark. I can't remember what your petrol prices are, but it's maybe 1/3 of the price we pay. So, you know, and being a petrol head, bugger electronic cars, they don't do anything for me. They don't even make a noise, for God's sake. So, you know, keep it petrol till you have to change, and not before. Hey, what a thrill petrol heads have. But electric, no. All right, reaching in. All right, okay. Now, I told you David had started doing customs, and he sent me this lovely Hot Wheels van in this lovely case, which he has kindly... He told me in a little letter I pulled out before this that he'd been experimenting with a bit of masking tape, so this is how he's got the black flashings and black roof done. And that there, a lot of people won't know, is the club badge of Grimsby Town Football Club. My club. Supported them since I was a small boy. Saw my first game back in 1973 with my mum and dad, and I've never stopped going since. I'm doing a 4.5-hour journey this Saturday to Swindon to watch them. I go all over the country with them. But that's the badge of Grimsby Town, and We Are Town is one of the chants we do. So this is a total one-off. There's only one of these in the world. There it is in focus again. Dave, you've made a stellar job of that. An absolute stellar job. I mean, look at that. Only one in the world, and it's mine. And the fact that David took the time to make this makes it even more precious. And I suppose, you know, although you've seen some, this is the last of the cars, although you've seen some killer castings and everything is beautiful, I'm putting this at #1 slot, because when somebody does something like this for you, it's a part of them. It comes from the head, it comes from the heart. It's easy to go out and buy a casting, but this takes time and effort. And so, David, thank you very much, sir. And I will just show you a little something. This is for you, David. So you've brought me this, but if I reach up to my Lido Days Gone collection, just in front of the camera but out of shot, Lido Days Gone, There we go, David, the Mariners. And if I turn it to the side, there you go, the Mariners. And this was to commemorate 100 years of league football all the way back in 1992. So it tells you how long we've been going. 1887 we were formed. But this is Lido Days Gone. It was a commission piece. If you find one of these, then I'll be amazed, because they sold out on the 100-year anniversary. I don't know anybody that's got another one, so this is an absolute treasure to me. And just a bit less in the quality stakes, but nonetheless, something you can only buy from the club shop. I'm struggling with this one. There it goes. Hey. Right, let me put that fifth wheel coupling on. And there we go, David. That's my other piece. Grimsby Town Football Club, the Mariners. For those that you don't know, Mariners is our word for fishermen. And so that on the front there, that badge, that's a Mercedes Actros. Will it go in focus? There's too much going on behind it. Let me see. There we go. Mercedes Actros. Beautiful German articulated lorry. Cab over. I'll separate that. No fold down legs on this one. No. But this is the trailer. And now, so I've got a trio of Grimsby Town pieces. Thanks to you, David. But they're two Grimsby Town exclusives that money cannot buy anymore. And so that is a fine note to bring to a close this unboxing for you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing it. My Lord, have I enjoyed doing it. And all these treasures, look, you know, I mean, again, with David, Mick 67 and Fireman 1988, I do not no longer say we trade things. We find out what each other likes. There's no cost on it. There's no maximum. There's no minimum. I always try to bring them back some wonderful things. And like I say, I've got this mountain of cars here. All fantastic. David, thank you so much again. That's Mr. David Johns. He watches a lot of videos. He'll leave a comment. If he does, please reply to him. You won't be sorry the day you met him. He's just nothing but decent. So that's it from Sol today. And the dude, hello friends. And this is Sol saying, have a good rest of your day, whatever you're doing. And we'll catch you in the next video, which will be another pack and stack of Plano. And this will probably be NAS cars and Golf livery cars. So for now, take care. I'll speak to you soon. This is Sol saying bye-bye.